Hello and welcome back to some rated games in between the Master Arena 6 uploads. Just finished casting them. I want to show you a game that Muhammed asked me to cast because he said, hey, can you cast my game against Jon Slow? And hey, I played against MbL, can you cast my game against MbL? It was Hideout and it's Turks for Muhammed. Muhammed is playing on a 2K, 2K1 level on DE now. I think he's mainly playing closed maps. MbL, not sure what his rating is. It doesn't really matter because he's one of the top experts, the top 10 in the world. So we know how strong he is. He's playing as the Britons, and back in the days, Britons against Turks, you know how it would end. But nowadays, Turks having those strong hussars and of course the cav archers, it's not really all that clear. I'm really curious to see what this game is bringing us. I want to see the maps first because Hideout, that's the 5-tile gold and apparently a 4-tile gold here quite close. 4-tile stone, all to the front more or less. Here in the back there's 1 stone, also 4 tiles. We have an extra gold here, another one here. I guess it's not really extra, I guess it's the 2nd and 3rd gold then, or the 3rd and 4th, and another stone here. 1 relic close to the base. I just installed a new patch, so I don't have the no snow mode on yet. I hope that's okay. But most resources forward. For MbL, similar. The main gold forwardish, 2nd gold here is outside. Then we have 3rd and 4th gold also to the edges of the map here. 1 stone, 3-tile stone quite far away, 2-tile stone, the other ones, those two actually are inside and outside close to the gate. We have a few ibex outside, we have MbL going with 22, 24 population right now. Let's see if it's going to be more, and we're not going to see anything like Thrush or Man-at-Arms then I guess, or Archers, which is also, everything is an option here. As far as I remember at least, gate 240 HP, the palisade walls 150, it's pretty much nothing. But it looks like we're going to see fast castle. Muhammed is going to go on stone, so he wants to go for a castle most likely and a Janissaries. And for MbL, we might see castle for him too. Would love to see Longbowman here, but I don't think he's going to do it. He is actually going with 24 plus 2 then. For a fast castle. There is 1 sheep inside MbL space that Muhammed just stole or took possession of, and I guess MbL is going to take it back or not. Apparently he doesn't really need it. 600 food in the bank and 110 gold, so he wants to sell stone here. 700 food in the bank. Looks like he should be able to get that food in that he needs to be able to click up to Castle Age. Muhammed on the way to Castle Age now, of course, going with stone. You need a few more villagers, and that's 811, so MbL is going to sell the stone and click up to Castle Age, 26 population FC. Very nice. We have Muhammed going with the stable now, with the barracks now actually. I'm guessing a stable maybe, or just to have some spearmen? Possibly, because what else would you do with the barracks? But it's going to be the stable build. And with 3 villagers on gold and 4 villagers on stone right now, Muhammed has the food to click up to Castle Age, and he's going to be able to put up a castle very soon after hitting Castle Age as well. Is he going to go forward? That's a question for me now. MbL, 3 villagers on stone, but it doesn't look like he wants to go for castle. Instead, we do see 2 extra TCs immediately. And of course, with the Britons, the 3rd TC, the 3rd extra TC can be built quite early on as they're so cheap. And Muhammed, in the meantime, is sending the villagers forward. Might want to go on that hill, but he's actually going next to the hill. This looks like a hill to me, right? Even though it's covered in snow. MbL, a few island villagers, but no big problem. And I'm not quite sure, can MbL actually see the castle? No, not at all. This should be interesting. Because MbL, of course, with 4 TCs that he's gonna have. Where's TC number 4 coming up actually? MbL has 170 stone. Now he doesn't have enough wood, so he's going for only 3 TCs, not 4 TCs. Maybe he wants to opt for a castle later on. It's possible, of course. Muhammed went for the stable. Did he go for extra cavalry units? He got 2 extra light cav in there with the 2+1 Pierce armor already. Palisade gates coming, palisade walls coming up just in case, as Muhammed of course is attacking the palisades, and now that gate is going on really fast mode, also going for the villagers to take more gold and Janissaries production starting. Very important, so MbL is under pressure early on. He is ahead by 300 score points. I guess he's got better scouting maybe, and of course 3 TCs and a better economy should help there. But that could turn really early on, or really quickly, because there's the Janissaries moving in and they're doing damage already. And MbL is not sending out any villagers, just a scout that is outside. So he's more or less trapped inside his own base. Doesn't have stone income for now, and Muhammed has the pressure, so I'm really curious to see how MbL is going to defend this. He's actually moving villagers outside, and Muhammed could be able to see these villagers as they're passing by, but it's really hard to see. And MbL has something sneaky in mind, maybe, as he's sending these villagers. Did Muhammed see the vills? I think he could spot them. MbL is going with the TC on that gold here, actually. One Janissary probably won't stop this. Muhammed, if you have food, you should go for light cav maybe, or send your own villagers here. But Muhammed needs to find those villages first. And MbL is now going with a monastery here. And is he going the clown way and is trying to just convert some of these Janissaries? It's possible, but I don't really like the option. Now, of course, Muhammed is sending more Janissaries, trying to stop that TC or at least delay it. The TC is going up, and I think we should see a siege workshop really soon. Muhammed has a good amount of wood in the bank and enough gold to create the MbL. For now, he's not investing into any of that. He only got 5 farms, which is not really a lot. Apparently, it's 4 now. I can see 5 villages and food. Oh, 1 still in the barracks, so it's 4 farms, and that's the siege workshop coming up. But maybe he should have like 2-3 more farms that would allow him to go for a light cavalry too if he needs them, or just to go for more Janissaries. Like this, maybe needs to balance his economy using the market. I'm guessing that's what's happening. And MbL has 1 extra TC here now on that gold, and he's sending villagers forward once again. Maybe to build TC on the stone, that's possible. And it's unlikely that Muhammed is going to spot this early on, because MbL now spreading his economy towards his opponent, which is unlikely, but he's going to find resources here. And for now, Muhammed is not really doing the damage. He doesn't have a mangonel yet. Is it on the way maybe? Yeah, first mangonel coming out very soon, but he's not really putting too much pressure, and MbL is happily farming here, even though it doesn't have a lot of space, and he is actually losing a villager here and there, but he's also taking a lot of wood. In the meantime, the outside TCs, they are quite safe for now. Muhammed cannot see the next extra TC. He's going to attack that first outside TC for MbL, using a mangonel that's just producing. Again, 500 wood in the bank. No, that's for MbL actually. What is he doing? He needs more farmers, doesn't have the space for that. And now he's got the monk here, and he's going to try and convert a few of these Janissaries, I'm guessing. So Muhammed needs to be careful now. MbL has scored it, but not by much. And that's actually quite impressive to see MbL still scored it. He's going for the siege workshop now. That makes a lot of sense. And I think Muhammed needs to stop this, because if the siege workshop is going up, Muhammed will be in trouble microing here and there. And that's not so easy. And MbL is used to this, because Arabia players, we all know how much multitasking and microing they have to do over the course of a game. And like this, there's another siege workshop coming up for MbL. So Muhammed put up the pressure early on, but then didn't follow up. The siege workshop came too late, in my opinion, and Janissaries needed to do more damage. Like this, MbL is now trying to defend his forward TC instead of having to defend the TCs at home. We have 2 mangonels attacking here, but it's not really the biggest pressure ever. And we do see the siege workshop is up. There's the first mangonel on the way, and MbL is also taking quite a good amount of stone here, and Muhammed cannot see this, so he cannot stop the stone miners from taking stone here. And we have MbL with the first mangonel at home on the way to make sure that the TC is not going down completely. He's repairing it already, using only 2 villages, but it looks like that's enough for now. And that's 1 converted Janissary for MbL here as well. So he's getting his military count up by just a little bit. He's got 20 idle villages. How's that happening? Did he just have to send out these villages? Are they still? No, there's no villages garrisoned. But looks like I missed it. Sorry. Looks like Muhammed lost both. His mangonels that I think he had 2 of them here. Maybe it was 1. Quite sure he had 2 at the front. Let's see what MbL can do here. Is actually taking care of the Janissary first, and now he's got a mangonel behind the TC, meaning he can try to snipe these, and Muhammed needs to pay attention now. Again, still not enough pressure, and MbL happily booming on 72 villages now against 45. That's how many percent more? Quite a lot more. 80% more maybe? 70%? 60%? I don't know. But he's got a way better economy, and that TC is still up, 475 HP. That TC on the stone, villages are still gathering stone, even though they are getting attacked by 1 Janissary, but it's from distance, not all the shots are actually doing damage. And then we have 8, 9 villages here against 1 Janissary, it's 10 actually. So that's going to be quite slow. MbL still has the mangonel around, and at home, that TC is still not going down, even though it's getting attacked by 3 mangonels now. MbL with the defensive mangonel is not able to really get his counterattack going here, and he's losing the mangonel to a Janissary snipe. Very beautiful to see. But the thing is, MbL had enough time and is now able to build a castle. If this castle is going up, MbL will be ahead by quite a lot. It's going to be tough for Muhammed to do damage, because his economy, okay, he's got, what was that, 47 villages, it's not bad. Does he have a second TC? I guess not. But the problem is, MbL is just ahead in the boom, and you need to do the damage here. For now, Muhammed is able to stop, or at least delay this castle. If he can stop it, that would be a big victory. But there's also the mangonel around and the TC to guard the villages, and by the time MbL will needs to do it, he will just ungarrison the villages, do something on the castle, go back, and in emergency cases, you're going for Down TC here. Mangonel micro happening on the side. MbL, of course, started the attack, so he had control of the Mangonel. Muhammed didn't see this, and now MbL is using that bit of time that he won to again send villagers, continue building castles on 60%, even though the HP doesn't really reflect that. And there's no two monks also trying to keep this Janissaries in distance, and it could be a Down TC, but if it's going up, a Down castle, sorry, but if it's going up, it's going to be fine. And Muhammed now should be able to maybe get rid of that TC. He's not going to be able to take down the TC on stone, and the villagers, they move on to gold. Did MbL lose a few of these villages? I don't know what happened here. Can see only 2 more vills around. Maybe it was due to the Mangonel battle here. But the castle on 83%, not going up yet, but there's also 12 villages waiting. 13 villages waiting on the other TC, 6 or 7, and that castle I think now is going to get finished, even though MbL is sacrificing a few of these villages. He's now garrisoning all of them, and the castle is up. It's on 1k7 HP, but Muhammed did not prepare any rams or petards or something, so he cannot really take that castle down easily. And Muhammed has enough stone for a castle of his own. Question is where to put it. Maybe he needed to put it up earlier, but that's not as easy as it looks, maybe. And while the TC finally went down, MbL has still a Mangonel around in 3 villages, and he's gonna defend this as soon as he's realizing he's getting attacked. For now, he's busy at home. He's got a lot of wood income here, MbL. Maybe selling, maybe spending that wood on, I don't know, Mangonel's longbowman production now starting. Makes sense. And Muhammed is still pressuring the TC, still trying to take away some of the HP from that TC, and MbL, I guess, had a lot of investment into repairing that TC using the wood that he's gathering, and he's getting closer and closer to Muhammed, actually. Muhammed now with a lot of idle villages here. Really see this. The gold is run out now. You can see it's moving to the outside. He's going with the castle to retake control over that stone, and I don't really like it because it's way too defensive. The question is, can any of them go up to Imperial Age and do damage there? Like, with trebuchets you would win this. For Turks, of course, bombard cannon's an option. Now MbL is starting to micro his Mangonel. Is going 1 for 1 here. The Janissaries is doing the rest, but that Mangonel is dying to the castle, and that means his pressure now more or less stopped. MbL is desperate for gold. He's going with the TC in front of his main gold now, trying to put that up to make sure that Janissaries cannot just do the damage on these villagers. We have the castle going up here from Muhammed. Again, I think it's too defensive, and the TC is almost down already. Now this castle, more or less, to keep his own base safe, but MbL has already spent a lot of time here and got the stone to get a castle up. For now, he could go for his own stone here if he wanted to. There's no units around. That TC looks like it will go up. And now the question is, can Muhammed actually go to Imperial Age, maybe? Doesn't look like it. 53 villagers, but 5 farmers only. That's 28 on gold. This is not really looking pretty. 12 lumber checks, and he needs another lumber camp here. That's also not too nice. But I guess he's busy microing his Janissaries and a Mangonel in the front. MbL played this one really well defensively, but with all the caution that he needed to. And it looks like MbL is ahead and is actually in a very nice position. The only thing is he needs to get rid of that forward army from Muhammed, and it will be fine. Those longbowmen 5+3, fully upgraded castle age longbowmen on the attack, except for a yeoman, but that's so expensive. And MbL, I think, should be able to get rid of these Mangonels over time. Maybe with a few more longbowmen he will be able to do so. And it looks like he is still short on gold. He's not really going for his stone either. We have 1 light cav standing around doing nothing. MbL could easily go for gold or stone. We have him trying to, I don't know, sneak the villages around, but looks like he lost all of them now. Those Mangonels, those siege workshops will go down. And then Muhammed can focus on the attack again on MbL's base. Muhammed, good amount of gold, but not enough food to be able to click up. MbL, not thinking about Imperial Age either. That TC under heavy attack, so once again the gold from MbL not too secure, but there's the longbowmen now, and they're attacking Janissaries, and of course it's better for a longbowman this fight than for the Janissaries. So MbL, some advantage still in this game, but it's close in my opinion, and MbL is still not going for his stone. What can he see around this map actually? Can see the gold, can see the stone. I'm really curious why he's not going there. Maybe he's not daring to go there and does not want to lose more villages. That siege workshop is finally going down, so Muhammed is retaking control over all these resources. The castle was not too bad. I think it would have been better to go to the front here, but maybe it was necessary. And MbL is now sending some villagers to to go for TC on the stone, which makes sense, and he could also send villagers on this mining camp as well. We have 3-4 mangonels still trying to get rid of that one TC on the main goal. This is amazing. Longmoment trying to do some damage here, but of course Muhammed is paying attention, and that TC should go up. There's 1 Trinity, 2 Trinity now moving around. Maybe Muhammed is guessing that there's villagers. MbL was a little bit faster. TC should go up without any problems. And we have MbL with the Longmoment and Mangonel going down, but with those Longmoment trying to defend here. And that TC once again on 2k plus HP. MbL 1k 2 wood in the bank with 41 lumberjacks. This is just set, but he doesn't have space. Those houses are more or less in the way. I think he should rebuild them like here, 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 and put a few more farms up. But yeah, he's going with the farms on the wood line actually, and he can afford to do this. TC is up, villagers on stone, the Janissaries. I guess Muhammad cannot see this TC. Let me find out. No, not on line of sight. He did not send them. He's going to find it soon, and then he could try to do some pressure it a little bit. But the problem for him is MbL still has that castle, still has the TC on the main gold, and is still able to take gold, which is amazing. Of course, it's not easy for MbL, but it's such a neck and neck game. It's really great to see how the Turks can put pressure and how Britons here are able to defend this. The longbowmen now really good for MbL in my opinion, and with the upcoming university, I guess he wants to go for ballistics then. MbL 2k would earn the bank. This is 1 TC aggression from Muhammad. This is what happens when you go these strategies, and it's more or less all in, but it can go either way. And for now, MbL is quite safe, but this game is far from over. We have ballistics on the way now for him. Muhammad, 59 villagers, so he is not really on the classical 1 TC arena economy, which would be 30, 35 villagers and nothing. Another TC coming up for MbL here, not sure why. Guess he's now moving around to build even more TCs. He's following up with a few monks to secure these villagers, and the 2 Janissaries standing around, they're just guarding that gold, I imagine. We have Longmoment against Janissaries still happening, and MbL is getting close to Imperial Age when it comes to the food count. He doesn't have gold, and he's got a few gold miners here, but he needs to garrison them constantly, so he's not really getting a secure gold income. And Muhammad on the other side, let's find out, 800 gold in the bank, but no food, 10 farmers only. That's not enough to click up to Imperial Age, and I guess the food prices are quite high already, as the Turks need food for the Janissaries, and we have quite a few of those. I don't think that's all from the farms. So for now, Muhammad doesn't make progress, but MbL is not really breaking out either. MbL though is getting more economy, and MbL is saying, yeah, I don't need Imperial Age, I need economy, villagers, and then I think we could even see an elite skirmisher push. That would be fun, it would be decent, it would be disrespectful maybe, but it would work. Against the Janissaries, you cannot do anything against the skirms, and even the mangonels, they would fall over time. MbL can easily afford the skirmishes. For now, he's just happily, let's call it over booming, around booming, circle booming, I don't know how you want to call it. I want to fast forward a little bit now, because I want to see if and when Muhammad is making progress, if any of them is... Wait, what? It's going up to... Is the game over here? Muhammad is going to GG. Why? What's happening? I guess he was maybe psychologically broken. I thought the game would go on for at least 10-15 minutes. But he called it GG, and I guess he was just saying, okay, look, I didn't get through with my push. I think Rams might have been a good idea here. Just attack the castle, petards, Rams, take it down, then you have a free pass. But like this, MbL was able to defend. And when you're going all in, and you're putting everything on the attack, and then you get that counter attack here for once, and then I guess Muhammad also out of gold a little bit. He could have gone for the other golds, but he was never able to break this, so he was just expecting MbL to be way ahead in economy, which is basically true, and maybe also the way up to Imperial Age, which is not true in this case, but he gave it up at this point in the game. I think he could have played on for a little bit longer, could have gone for Rams or petards, could have tried to do some damage, maybe with another fort castle here, but it did not happen. MbL defending this really, really well, I have to say that. Well played by both. I enjoyed this game a lot. Hideout, of course, the in-between Arena and Arabia, it's close enough for Arena players, it's open enough for Arabia players. Hope you enjoyed this one. See you in the next games. GG.